Janine's Sin's Workshop. Hope you're having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be talking about Daughter of the Moon Goddess by Su Lin Tan. So this is in fantasy. It is inspired by the legend of Chang'e, of Chinese mythology. She's a Chinese moon goddess. And first of all, I loved it. I really love the characterization of our main protagonist, and I'm so sorry. I tried to research how to say her name properly. Xingyin, I think. I'm sorry if I butcher it. I really am. I'll do better next time, I promise. Because yes, I already own the second book. I'll do better. I promise. And I'll write the pronunciation in my notebook. I swear. I will do better. I love her character development. You know, she is the daughter of Chang'e, right? Clearly, as the title would suggest. And what's really interesting is she had a very sheltered life. But once she exerts a certain amount of celestial power, she attracts the attention of the celestial court, and she's not supposed to exist. The celestial kingdom, they didn't know that Chang'e was pregnant when she took the elixir of immortality. She had no idea. So her existence is not supposed to exist. So once she manifests that power and she catches the attention of the celestial court, her mother does what's best. And she's like, so in order to keep you hiding, you can't stay here anymore. One day you can come back, but right now you can't. So she's doing the hardest thing she can. She already lost the love of her life, and now she's about to lose her daughter. So this sets our main protagonist, I'm not going to butcher her name again. This sets our character on a journey. She lands up in the celestial court, and she ends up meeting Prince Liwei, the prince. She ends up meeting the prince of the celestial court. And she befriends him, and they form, a really strong friendship. She becomes his companion for learning. I don't want to ruin how. It's this whole tournament thing, and it's pretty great. So they become friends, and I like their camaraderie, and I like how she takes her lessons very seriously, especially her weapons classes. She has this goal. She wants to become a warrior. She wants to make a deal with the Celestial Emperor to free her mother. She has a plan to put in place to try to find a way, not just to move on with her life, but if possible to free her mother from her, I guess, exile to the moon. Like, her mother cannot leave the moon. It's very tragic, So she has a plan in place. And I really like that she's not just a damsel in distress. Like, she is a warrior. I think that's the most incredible thing in this novel. Like, you see her sharpening her swords, you see her fighting, you see her using her bow and arrow like her father. I mean, she is formidable. And she's so wise as well. Like, you see her growth. And with the Celestials, once they get to a certain age, they really just stop kind of aging. They're immortal. But you see her growth. Like, in my head, she was no longer just the 16-year-old girl. She grew into a woman, and a formidable woman, even though she, physically, not really, but she's, the way she carries herself, the way the author wrote her throughout the story, it's just like, you see that character growth. You see her grow and develop, and it's amazing. And I also did like her romance with Liwei. It was heartbreaking at times, but it was so sweet. I mean, there are just some scenes between the two of those characters. I don't go looking for romance, okay? And no, this is not a romance, in case you're wondering. There is romance in it, but it's not the focal point of the story. But it is crucial to that dynamic between her and the prince, Their feelings for one another. I mean, everything they do for one another, it's just, it's breathtaking. It's romantic. It's just earth-shattering, world-ending kind of love. And when they have their setbacks and, you know, those heartbreaking scenes, it's just like, wow, this is heartbreaking. Because you want these characters to be together, but you also want her to move on too. So, especially when she meets Wenzi, the captain of the Celestial Guard. I liked him, and then I didn't like him. If you know, you know. I just want to smack him up top of the face and be like, you're an asshole. I hate you. Like, I wanted you to be better for her, and now you're just a dick. I get it, but you're still a dick. Because the Celestial Kingdom's not much better than his kingdom. There's a lot that goes into the plot, you know, with the dragon pearls, her becoming a warrior, her freeing her mother. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the demon realm. There are a lot of plot twists that really do build up this story and make it really engaging. But for me, I was reading for her character development and her journey. I thought that was the most captivating part of the story, personally. I like the action. I like the plot twist. I love the development of the plot and the journey she goes on in order to save her mother. But for me, it really was a character-driven story more than a plot-based story. And I was reading for her because I was just rooting for her from the beginning to the end. Now, you know, I need to read the second book. I own it. It's right here. You can't see it. It's out of the frame, but it's right here. So maybe I'll manage to read it in my April TBR. We'll see. We'll get around to it, hopefully. But it was such a good book. I couldn't put it down. I'm so glad I made this my book club pick. It was just engaging from beginning to end, and I love the characterization, and I love learning more about Chinese mythology, and seeing the legend of the moon goddess just brought to life. I will forever hate myself for not getting the Fairy Loot edition of this book. Forever hate myself. You just don't understand. So it was just such a good book, and I absolutely love it. So I have to give this book. It's tough. Like, a part of me wants to give it a 5, but then I'm just like, but really, is it a 5? Because I like to reserve my 5. So I'm going to go with 4.5. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It really was such a good book, and I really did enjoy it. I love the character journey. I didn't mind the brief love triangle that popped up. I do love her dynamic with the prince as well, and ooh, I mean, the way he stands up to his parents for her, it was just like, oof. You've earned my love back. So it was really an engaging story from beginning to end. But I don't know if it like quite blew me away in order to give it that 5-star rating. So 4.5 out of 5 for now. Maybe it'll change for my written review or my podcast, we'll see. But 4.5 out of 5 for now. If you want to go ahead and purchase the book, I will include links in the description below where to purchase the book. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing it with all your book loving friends. You can also become a supporter on Buy Me a Coffee, Ko-fi, Patreon, or by purchasing one of my handmade candles. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.